Okay, so basically, we both watched Attack on Titan Season 4,
Yeah.
and it was so good!
Yeah. It was. But I'm sure you're wondering why we thought it was so good. Because I really I see what you guys mean when you're talking about the position Aaron was putting his jacket on. Really
We'll
made
to
me
that.
want to drop this shit.
We'll get to that. This show is just somehow it became everything I wanted from Tokyo Ghoul, and then also more, but I'll explain that. Okay.
Yeah.
So we start off, first episode, we're in Marley now, and there's war going on. War is happening. The Titans are fighting. Reiner he has a beard now.
He's sick and tired of walls.
He's sick and tired of walls. Zeke is going, "Rah! Rah!" So yeah, we're with the warriors. We got the World War I aesthetic going on, which I really like. I need more World War I anime. And so we've both watched all the episodes of this season at least twice. So, we know our stuff. But the thing I noticed first when I was rewatching the first few episodes, I was like, wow, these characters are just the new characters that we get introduced to are just way more endearing from the start than the original characters were. Because they just have more chemistry with each other. They have way more clear ideologies from the start.
Yeah.
And they're just more fun in general. They have more interesting personalities.
Yes.
In the first few episodes of Attack on Titan, Season 1, we have Armin, Mikasa, and Eren. Eren is the angry one, Armin is the smart but cowardly one, and Mikasa's the edgy, quiet one. And that's their personalities.
Yeah.
But in this, we just get a whole group of unique personalities. So the first one is Falco, the main character of the ending.
Yeah.
And he's trying to be a good boy, but he kind of sucks at war because of that.
And he also likes Gabby.
Yeah. And then we have Gabby, who's probably the most fun character of this season, other than maybe Peak. But Gabby is yeah, I just love myself so much. I'm such a great person. There's this legendary scene in one of the first episodes where it's after Gabby won the battle and everyone's cheering Gabi, Gabi, and then she's saying Watashi, Watashi, me. Oh my god, that's so good. It just shows Gabby's personality so well.
Yes.
And she's such a fun character
from
the start.
And she's kind of like I'm gonna kill all the island
But
devils.
we'll get.
Okay,
Wait, no, she does have that from the start.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one thing that's introduced at the start for these Marley people, the warriors, it's we want to fight for Marley so that we can prove that us Eldians, the ones not on the island, are the good ones.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's an interesting thing, motivation.
Because it's Eren wanted to kill all the Titans, and he's yeah, I'm gonna kill every last one. And then Gabby's yeah, I'm gonna kill all the island devils.
And Eren was the most endearing character from the start of Attack on Titan because of that. But now we have just a bunch of characters who are as endearing as Eren, or even more. Of course, there's the two other warrior candidates other than Falco and Gabby, who are obviously not as interesting.
Right.
The ones who die. But then we get all the adult characters, all the current warriors. We got Peak, she's super fun the whole time. And then we got Reiner.
Hot.
And then we got Reiner, depressed man, has a beard now, cool looking. And then
Paco?
it's people call him Pock, and then he says, "Don't call me that."
Okay.
I think his actual name is Porco. He's cool. I like his Titan design. Jaw Titan looks cool.
Yeah.
So, one big thing people didn't like about this season was the animation style, the art style.
The
And,
CGI.
I gotta say, there is some weird stuff.
Yeah.
There's definitely some wacky things. but it's not like, oh my god, I hate this show now because the animation is that bad. It's not like Berserk 2016, where it's just like unwatchable. But like, there is definitely some weird things that I gotta point out.
Yeah.
Like in episode 2, like literally the first scene of episode 2 is Colt and Zeke walking up the stairs, and the camera's just like spinning around them, and it just looks really bad because the frame rate is super low. And then the same kind of thing happens. There's a scene where Reiner wakes up next to Porco. Or Galliard. Galliard.
Galliardo.
Yeah. And then I think it's at the end of episode 2 where that one warrior candidate who dies, he's talking to the other people by the pier, and he's just like moving in a way that doesn't make sense. Like the way he's moving doesn't go along with the things he's saying, and it just looks really bad.
Yeah.
And the same kind of thing happens also when like Gabby is talking at the dinner table.
I know everything
with her
you're
family.
talking about since I just rewatched these episodes.
It looks weird and kind of bad.
And honestly, okay, other than that, people were getting the most mad about the CGI over the fight scenes. And honestly, I think the CGI looked kind of better than the Colosso Titan CGI from season 3 part 2.
It definitely, the CGI in this with the Titans looks better than it did in the rest of the show. Yeah,
but
it's still...
No, I wasn't done yet. Okay, so it looks... it's like good CGI, but it still felt kind of awkward on some spots.
Yeah, so this season is directed by the same guy who did Dorohedoro, which I watched before this, and I knew it instantly from the first episode when Reiner in the Armored Titan is running around that fort. Yeah. Because I was like, wow, that looks like Dorohedoro. That's wild. And it's definitely an improvement from Dorohedoro, because that show was actually just like full CGI the whole time. This show does a good job most of the time of blending the CGI with the normal 2D stuff.
Yeah. I agree.
And we see that a lot in the next batch of episodes, which we're going to talk about in a moment.
It looked less weird to me when I was rewatching like the battle at Marley, because like when I was just watching it like one like time a week, I was just like paying mostly attention to the visuals and stuff. But when I was just like watching it all at once, I was just like, this looks, and watching season 3 part 2, like rewatching that with someone else at the same time, while rewatching season 4 by myself, I was just like, this looks a lot better than like that's what I thought in my head.
I'll talk more about that battle when we get to that. But in this first few episodes, I just mentioned the scene where Gabby is talking at the dinner table, and that's actually like a super important scene for the point. Yeah. Well, what's the point? Well, basically, in this same scene where Gabby goes sicko mode on the animation, Reiner gives his analysis of Attack on Titan, specifically of the potato scene. This is a legendary Reiner moment. He's like, there was this girl, she had a potato, and she just kept eating.
入隊式の最中、突然芋を食い出した奴がいた。教官が咎めると、悪びれる様子もなく答えた。
And then she asked the interviewer like if he wanted half, and then she
didn't give him half. Oh my god, what an evil person.
And then he was just like,
he keeps going on saying like, yeah, there were all kinds of people there. There are people like this and people like that. And then everyone else at the table is just like horrified. Yeah. And someone was
and then, wait, no, let me say. And then Gabby was like, what do you mean all sorts of people? Aren't they all devils or like demons or something?
But they're all bad, right?
Yeah, they're all bad. They're all bad people, right?
And then Reiner, I think like his mom says, yeah. They're all the devils. Yeah. I wonder what the point could be with this.
No, can I talk about something I saw on the internet? I don't think some people understood that scene. When it first came out, what did I just say? English. Okay, when it first
came out,
I saw that facial expression you made. Like, people were like, he was so dramatic. And then everyone in the room was terrified when they heard about the potato stuff too. And it's like these people thought that like they were actually like terrified about like, oh my god, the potato. and stuff like that, and they thought Ryder was actually, and I was just like, you missed the point of the scene. But yeah, go
There's
on
a lot
now.
of things that we'll get to later that people just miss the point of.
Yeah.
But we're not there yet. I think episode 3 is when we get the flashbacks to the gang's past.
Yeah.
The new gang. Yeah, we just go through their journey through Paradise Island. There was just one scene that kind of confused me. It shows like Annie walking around the city and she's like in disguise.
Yeah, that's the...
And she talks to Kenny. What? Was that Kenny?
Yeah, it was.
Why did that happen?
She was... Okay, I've watched it 3 times now. Like, I know that she said something that she, like, was, like, underground.
Yeah, she said she was...
Yeah.
She said she was, like, just walking around the city,
Yeah.
like, gathering intelligence or something.
Yeah,
But I
like,
don't know why she talked to Kenny.
It was, like,
Why did
she
that
was
happen?
trailing him. I don't know why it happened. Also, how did she just, like, get there? Because that was during the survey corps days.
Was it during the Survey Corps
Yeah,
days?
yeah, they showed, like, after that scene, they showed, like, a scene with her, Reiner, and Berta talking, and she was like, while you guys were, like, hanging out with your friends, I was underground the city and stuff.
Okay, so she talks to Kenny for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, he's just there.
But during these scenes, after the flashbacks, in the present, in Marley, there's this really good misdirect going on where everyone's like, yeah, we gotta go back to Paradise Island to reclaim the Founder Titan. We're gonna try
Yeah.
again. We're gonna get it.
We're gonna save the world.
But in
Wait,
the
no,
background...
wait, are you talking about Back in the Future now?
After the flashbacks, in the present, in Marley.
Where are
present,
we right
the first 4 episodes.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
after the flashbacks.
now? Present, not Back in the Future.
Yeah, there's just this misdirect going on of everyone's saying they're gonna go back to the island, but in the background, we see John reading a newspaper.
That
We
scene
see
is so cool.
Aaron falling on the ground, pretending to be
first-
shell-shocked.
Hobo Aaron.
Yeah, and then also, kind of related to this, there's that general guy. His name is like Magath or something. And then there's Willie, and they're like planning stuff.
Yeah.
And I caught on to this when I rewatched the first few episodes. Willie and that guy are basically planning out this like background thing where the general guy is just going to take over the entire Marleyan military.
Yeah, I didn't
like,
notice
they
that.
plan out like before we know that Willie knew Aaron was going to attack, spoilers, when he does the stage dive into the crowd of military people, we see
I started laughing and you're just blank faced when I turned around. Okay, go on.
we see Willie and the general guy. They say like, yeah, we'll make sure all the military people are sat close together in this one spot that will be at a good place from the stage so that Aaron can jump into them and kill them all.
Yeah.
And Willie says like, congratulations, General. You now have control of the Marleyan military. And it's wild.
Like, I knew that they were planning for something to happen where they knew that Willie was gonna die and Aaron was gonna come out. And I do remember that sentence now that you say it, like, we're gonna have all the military right here. But I didn't know, like, there was this whole, ooh, okay.
And it's really not that important to like the main plot.
But it's still,
But it's still interesting to see. It's
Yeah.
cool to see all this stuff going on in the background. And then, not really in the background, actually, just the focus of the scene. Willie has like that dinner party
yes.
with all the world leaders, and he's like, there's a cycle of violence going on, and I have a solution. Find out next episode what my solution will be. And so that's how the first 4 episodes end. Next we get into the Declaration of War, episode 5. Oh yeah, there was an end credits scene.
Oh yeah. Yo, Ryder, it's been 4 years.
Before that, Falco's like, hey Reiner, there's this guy who wants to talk to you. Come into this dark alleyway. Come into this basement with me. But in this scene, in episode 5, when it resumes, here's some more of the point. Aaron's like, hey, Reiner, why did my mom have to die? And then Reiner's like, and then Aaron's like, because you guys were trying to save humanity.
Yeah.
Which is the same reason I'm here.
And then he says like inside the walls, outside the walls too. Is that what he said?
Yeah, I think so.
We're the same. The most
Yes.
important part is we're the same. That's what he says.
This quote, this saving humanity quote, is like my favorite thing out of this show. Because
Yeah.
like, this just applies to modern politics so much. Honestly, just politics in general. Everyone thinks, or everyone seems to have the mentality that like, they are all of humanity. Like, no one in politics goes into politics because they're like, yes, I want to destroy the world.
Yeah.
I want to make sure all the Republicans have a bad day. I
Yeah.
hate them all. I want to kill the church. Well, maybe some of them are like that.
Everyone has their own motives.
But
and
everyone thinks they're trying to save humanity.
Yeah.
Or they just want like money. But that, like, because of the Cold War, socialism, for example, everyone thinks that's just evil. All the old American people. But like Bernie Sanders and people like him, they just want to save humanity.
Yeah.
And then like same thing applies for the other side. Like Donald Trump and his supporters, they want to build the wall so that they can save humanity. But like, yeah, people just need to realize that they aren't all of humanity. And this kind of applies to the rest of the show too. Because like, I remember at the end of the season 3 video, which we filmed like 6 months ago,
Yeah.
I was like confused. I was like, wait, there's more people? Then like, what's the point of this show going to be? And in the 6 months in between these videos, I had a big brain moment. I thought about it for a while. And it's like, I think the main point of this series is to show how like, as you grow up, like as a child, you think the world is black and white, good and evil. You think it's humanity versus the Titans.
Yeah.
But eventually you realize it's not that simple. Because
humanity
Titans
versus-
are
yeah.
people too.
Yeah.
And they are controlled by other people who are sometimes also Titans. And like, this just should apply to everyone. Like, I remember in like 2nd grade, I was a diehard Republican because I was like, okay, Democrats want to raise taxes, Republicans want to lower taxes, and that's all I knew about politics.
I didn't know anything. I just listened to what you told me. Because like you would be like, McKenna, this is how you would survive as a
Yeah,
hobo.
I basically just indoctrinated you.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like so much more wise. I know everything.
Yeah. Okay, no. Move on back to the point.
So like, for example, in these next few episodes, the attack on Marley, I don't know what the arc's actual
It's
name
like-
is.
I've seen people just call it the Marley arc.
In this arc, Eren is a literal terrorist. He is
Yeah.
literally launching a terrorist attack. And like,
My favorite war criminal. Go
if
on.
we take my favorite terrorist attack, 9/11, for example, we can see that like, from the American point of view, we're like, oh my god, this was such a horrible event. And it was. Lots of people died, you know, that's what terrorist attacks usually do. But then, if you look at it from the terrorist point of view, they're like, this was a victory against America, which has been bombing our children for years and funding other terrorist groups who have killed our children or taken them into their own militaries.
Yes.
And so it's like, you have to understand each side has their own goals. Okay, I kind of feel like I forgot to finish my point at this part with the both sides have good motivations thing. Basically, what I was trying to say is that, like, in politics, people believe the things that they believe because they think that's the way to help other people. They're just trying to save humanity, as Attack on Titan puts it. They think that the things they want to do will benefit the rest of humanity. So, like, you're not gonna convince a socialist he's wrong by saying, oh my god, you just want to take money from the rich. Like, that's not gonna convince anyone, because
that's not what they actually believe. And you're not gonna convince a Trump supporter they're wrong by just saying like, oh, you're just racist. Like, you need to actually find the points that people are trying to make and try to counter their arguments if you want to convince them they're wrong.
So then that goes to like kind of the direct parallel between Gabby and Aaron.
Exactly, yeah.
It with okay, you can finish a little more before I go on my But yeah, is there anything else you want to say?
No,
though?
you can
Or
say
were
what you were about to say.
Okay, so then like yeah, Aaron does like the dive into soldiers, but then something else that happened is Zofia, one of the warrior children, she gets crushed by a rock. She dies. Aaron killed her, and then also her brother, like the other warrior candidate, gets trampled.
I think his name's Udo.
Yeah. But he gets trampled right in front of her because he was trying to save Zofia.
Yeah.
And then there's like a direct, which is kind of cool, like parallel between like just, well, just in general, but like there's like the Aaron scream telling like the Titan to stop eating his mom, and then Gabby just screaming in general. But yeah, that's all. Okay, I'll get to more later. We have to talk about it a little more before I really start the Gabby rant, because we're not at that part yet.
So,
but like,
my main point of all this is like, everyone thinks they're trying to save humanity. Everyone thinks they're fighting their own battle. For everyone, it's their own war. It's my war. Just like the name of the opening. Oh my god, my mind's blown.
war.
Want to talk about the opening?
Wait, did you want to talk about it? Or were you asking me if I wanted to say something?
I was asking you first.
No, you.
Okay, so I like this opening. It's probably not my favorite. I was mostly asking this because I thought you would have more to say about it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
So there's like, it's kind of like, there's like a lot of colors. It goes like.
There's a lot of colors.
But I feel like the part that I like most about it is the lyrics, and that's why I just said. But I can quote something Chris said about music a couple of weeks ago, where he's like, the lyrics don't matter. What matters is it sounds cool. But
And this definitely sounds cool.
Yeah, I have different opinions than what Chris just said though. But like, basically, it's like saying stuff like, let's start a new life. No, sorry, I was gonna sing the whole song for a second. But the important part that it was, it's just like, you are the real enemy. And like saying stuff like monster, and then like okay, no, never.
Well, at the end, it isn't actually saying monster.
It just sounds like it then. It's canon if I say it's canon.
About the lyrics, it's not very subtle how at one part he just says like destruction, damnation. But yeah, I like my Japanese music when I can't understand what they're saying, I think. Like the first Attack on Titan opening, I think the first one will be my favorite always of the Attack on Titan ones. Even though this one is probably more, it's a bit more unique, and like
my
the lyrics.
favorite Attack on Titan song isn't even like one of the openings anymore. It's like, it's the season 4 outro now.
The season 4 outro is also good. I think that's also my favorite ending of the Attack on Titan ones.
Yeah.
And by that I mean it's the only one that I haven't gotten bored while trying to watch it.
Yeah, because the other ones are just like...
I remember I think the season 2 one is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Is that the one where they show like the past of the Titans?
I think so. That one was scary, not knowing the context behind it.
Yeah, there's like children eating a person or something.
Yeah.
I like this opening. It's good. I like the ending a lot more though. But they're both good. Yeah.
Okay, back to what we were talking about.
So, I've talked all about how like you should have sympathy for people on both sides of any war.
Exactly.
Like, even if we go to like World War II, like a lot of Germans were like heavily misguided by the ideas that were being spread. You have to understand that they were being misguided. Like after World War II, there were plans to like literally split Germany up between the different countries that surrounded it so that it didn't exist anymore. And even though they did do very messed up things during the war.
So I got kind of cut off at this part, but basically I'll just finish what I was going to say. The leaders of Germany ordered like horrible things to happen to millions of people, and that's bad, obviously. I think it's important to say that like just because people might have good motivations, that doesn't mean they're correct. Obviously, that should be obvious. But like also, the horrible things that the German leaders ordered doesn't deny, or it shouldn't deny, the German people the right to have their own country. But that's kind of a thing that Attack on Titan discusses in the second half of this season. So
We've done messed up things too.
Yeah, and I'll get to something about
Each
World War II
side
later.
has their
Yeah,
we already said
each side
yeah.
has their own motivations, but also
And Attack
in this,
on Titan demonstrates that perfectly.
but also in this show, it's even more complicated than just that. It's even more complicated than like other shows that have already done this. Like, this same season, winter season, Promised Neverland season 2 was happening.
I didn't finish that yet. I've watched 5 episodes.
Okay, well, a few spoilers for that.
Okay.
Skip to.
Should I leave the
time.
room? I'll leave the room.
No.
No,
You
I
already
don't wanna
know.
hear
You kind of already
okay.
know. Yeah, I know you've already been spoiled for what I'm about to say.
Okay.
So like, in that, there's kind of a similar plot where like, this human dude who has escaped the demon farms. He's like, I want to kill all the demons. And he has this whole plan ready to go, and his friends are like, no, you shouldn't kill the demons. They have to eat us to survive and stuff.
The way.
And so it's a similar setup, kind of basic plot premise, but then also there's this demon girl who has blood that can just make demons not need to eat humans.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
And so it's like, why didn't they already just give the blood to
Yeah.
everyone? What? I think there was an explanation, but it's like the solution here is just so easy compared to Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
It's just like, wow, this is just nowhere near as good.
Yeah, that's.
Most of the characters have met this demon girl who has the special blood, and then the guy who wants to genocide all the rest of the demons, he's like, well, what if we just didn't do that? I
Let's just
don't
kill
want to
all
do
of them.
it. I want to kill them anyways.
Yeah.
I haven't read the manga, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm
neither
planning
have
on
I.
doing it.
I've just been spoiled some stuff.
But like Attack on Titan is so much more complicated than this by now. Because like we see like Flock, for example, and he's kind of like, yeah, we gotta kill all the Marlians. They're all
he
enemies.
was literally just on the roof like throwing the bombs down, and then
But then we see like even Eren is more complicated than this basic idea of like, let's
Yeah.
kill them all. He's become more like mature by now.
yeah.
Because he's like,
But bird nest hair man over here.
but like Eren very clearly like he recognizes that there is a cycle of violence here.
Yeah.
Because like when he's with Reiner, he's like he has the quote, the saving humanity quote. He's like, I'm here for the same reason that you guys came over. I'm here to save humanity.
I'm just trying to save the world.
Yeah. But the reason he's still doing this is because he doesn't see a solution to this cycle of violence.
Yeah.
So like we have Flock, who's just kill them all, and Eren's like, I guess we need to kill them all.
Yeah.
It's levels of complexity.
Like, I guess
Isn't that
that's-
wild?
Yeah, he literally like says like, yeah, I'm the villain. I can start the rumbling if I want to, and it's just like, but yeah, okay. Where are we now? What? We're are we just on the battle right now?
Yeah.
Oh wait. Can we talk about like the are we on the Mikasa part yet?
We'll get to there in a
Okay,
second. I have
okay.
one more thing
Okay.
about this like Flock thing. Basically, I feel like most people in the world are Flock. They're
Yeah.
like, I want to get revenge.
Because you see, wait, hold on. This actually has something to do with what you're saying. So, we can go back a little more to season 3, part 2. This is about Flock. There is like a poll on Now recently. I was just looking at the forum for fun, and it was like, be honest, if you had the Titan serum thing, who would you choose? Like Armin or Erwin? And I was like, if I was actually in the Attack on Titan universe, and I just didn't really know Armin at all from the beginning like I did watching the show, and I was in the universe, and I knew who Erwin is, I would definitely have chosen Erwin.
Yeah.
And I probably would have been just as mad as Flock would. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I still don't like Flock. I'm not one of his supporters. Okay. But
Flock
no,
is like my favorite.
I mean, if you like him, then that's like, that's fine. But he's not, I'm still mad at that like commenter that was like, yeah, he's a better character than Mikasa. And it's,
I mean, honestly, I think he represents a bit more relevant stuff than Mikasa does.
I mean, he does, but I'm biased. Wait, did I say that right?
Biased. Biased.
I can't say that I like Floke better than Mikasa. I'm sorry, but yeah.
Yeah, but the reason I like him a lot, from this season.
But he is a realistic character.
Yeah, because a lot of people have this same mentality as Flock,
Yeah.
I think, and it just takes someone like Eren to come along to lead them, to be like, yeah, let's go do it. We're gonna,
let's go.
we're gonna do what needs to be done.
Yeah.
But anyways, hype. We get hype. We got hype in this.
Was okay. The day I was watching this episode, I was upstairs, and Chris had to come upstairs and tell me to stop
Yeah,
screaming.
you were screaming the whole time.
But okay. Now or never, Mikasa.
Yeah.
And like, okay, wait, you can tell them what you said about the Mikasa scene to me.
Okay,
Okay.
before that, I gotta give a shout out to the Warhammer Titan, the best Titan ever.
Yeah.
Oh, also
She's
Willy gets
hot.
eaten. I forgot about that part. But
yeah.
the Warhammer Titan.
Oh yeah,
is
Willy
the
exists.
The Warhammer Titan is the coolest looking dude. Actually, a girl.
Yeah.
Girls are also dudes. But like, this is the best Titan. Yeah.
And it's even better that she's a girl though. Okay, sorry. But anyway, so she looks like, in her human form, she looks like Isabel from The Promised Neverland.
Yeah, kind of. Except with
Kind
more normal
of.
eyes. Yeah, this Titan is just super cool looking. It's way unique from all
And
the other
Mikasa
ones.
like blew it up in like 1 second.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
it came back up
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it was
yeah,
in
yeah.
the ground.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Aaron just like pulled like the corn out. I
We'll
don't
get
know.
to that in a
I don't
moment.
know why I laughed at that scene.
It literally beats Eren.
Yeah,
And then he's
it
like,
does.
now or never, Mika. I don't know why I said it like that.
We can say it in Japanese. Imena. Wait, did I say
I
that
don't
right?
know the
It's like
Japanese
it's like
words.
Imena Mikasa.
Uh,
Oh yeah, shout out to the people that dropped the show over a haircut.
yeah. I did too. I actually
Yeah.
didn't watch the rest of the season. Everything I said
think
about cycles
I
of violence and
can-
whatever,
No. Oh, wait,
it's
wait.
all out the door.
Okay.
Once I saw Mikasa's haircut.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyways, this is a big CGI battle, and it would definitely be better, obviously, if it was 2D traditional
Yeah.
animation. I watch anime because I like the aesthetic of 2D
Exactly.
in the way that this stuff happens. But like in the time frame that Studio Mappa was given, there's probably no way this fight scene would have looked as good as it did if they did not use CGI.
Yeah.
Like we have, I think.
And they didn't. Some people are being kind of dramatic. It's not like they completely did CGI like the alligator show that you're talking about.
Yeah.
It wasn't full CGI. You guys are like, oh, they're gonna put CGI over the fight and it's gonna.
Even the Titans weren't always CGI. Okay, like the Jaw Titan, the other coolest looking dude.
Okay, but why didn't? Was it something to do with Marley or something? The reason why Ymir didn't look like that when she was the Jaw
I think
Titan?
it's. I was gonna say this for later, but I think it's just Isayama didn't plan this
Okay.
ahead of time, because like, in the manga, even in the manga, like the anime has made mistakes that I'm gonna talk about.
Yeah, I have
later.
something to talk.
But,
Like the
Yeah.
figgy-
So, but like even in the manga, Ymir's Titan looked like the same when it ate the
Yeah, it
Marcel
just
guy.
she just stayed exactly the same. In the-
Yeah, which is kind of whack.
Yeah, like I can't find a reason. In
But
my
I'm very
head.
glad the Jaw Titan doesn't look like that anymore, because Ymir was ugly as a Titan.
Yeah, she was.
But these Galliard brothers guys,
Mm-hmm.
Marcel and Porco, they are the coolest looking Titans, other than Warhammer, Best Girl, obviously.
Yeah.
But like the Jaw Titan is always like running around, it's on all fours, and it just looks. They would not have been able to do this.
It kind of looks
in
like
2D.
a lion. I don't know. Like, you know, like, but I
Yeah,
honestly,
I see it.
I think the Jaw Titan looks like cooler in some of the CGI parts.
It's probably the best looking CGI Titan.
Yeah.
other than the Warhammer Titan.
Yeah.
Monkey Man is probably the
Monkey-
worst looking, I think.
Yeah.
Aaron looks a bit weird too sometimes.
Yeah. But okay, wait. Okay, so when he first showed up, Aaron, like at the start of the battle, and he just like turned around and looks at the crowd of people, and there was CGI on that. I thought, okay, the second time watching that, I was like, he actually looks like big and scarier with the CGI than he did in the other seasons. But that might just be because it's season 4. He might have looked big and scary.
I think
anyway.
it's because they're just able to use like more unique shots in the environment with the 3D models.
Yeah.
Like when they did 2D, they were kind of more limited to what
yeah,
they could draw.
but I feel like the CGI was like good in that scene.
Yeah.
Because I was like, he
There-
actually looks scarier than he does to me.
There are just a few small moments where like when he throws Willy into his mouth, there's like a weird like thing. He does like a slow motion movement, and it looks kind of wonky.
Yeah. And then this is later when he eats the War Titan. Like, you know
Okay,
what I'm
we
talking
can just talk about that right now, actually.
Okay.
Like, I love the Warhammer Titan, and I was like, oh, she's gonna die. But the way that Aaron kills her just completely made up for it. He takes Porco, Jaw Titan, he uses the jaw,
Yeah.
and crunches down on Isabel from The Promised Neverland. Oh my god, it's so good. And then
Yeah.
he just slurps it down, slurps that blood
And
down.
that scene was really cool how they did the flashes, like stop, like he was screaming stop, and it was like boom, 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 and going back and forth.
Oh, the other hypest moment was when, I don't know when this happens in the battle, but Porco is like lying on the ground, and we see all the scouts like
Yeah,
jumping in,
yeah.
and he's like, I'm a Titan. Why are these humans coming after
Yeah,
me?
can you see I'm a Titan?
Oh
And
my
then-
god, that
and
was
then
so good.
It was so cool. Okay.
これがパラディ島の悪魔
Okay, wait, are we there yet?
Where?
At the part.
What part?
The part.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The bang.
Armin shows up before that, right?
Oh yeah, that happens first.
Okay, yeah,
That Armin looks so good.
Armin
he looked-
has a better haircut.
Yeah. He looked good in the other scenes too. Because you know I like the blonde hair with the and the
It looks
fun-
pretty okay
yeah.
sometimes.
No, I need to say yeah.
It looks better than it did.
Hold up. I can give you a list of some characters to put right here when you're editing this. But this is my type.
There it is. It's here.
Okay, so he looked good in the other season, as I said, but he looks even better in this season. That's all I have to say. Okay.
But like we see Armin in the boat. He was just sitting there like
Yeah, and then he just takes his hood off.
he's like,
Oh yeah.
why was he doing that?
I don't know. It's stop.
Okay,
Well, like
but,
he wasn't doing it. He wasn't just okay. He was
I like
he
to
was
believe he was
blank
just
faced
sitting-
at first. He was blank faced at first. Like he was just like, but then he
And then
took
he
his hood off
turned
and turned,
and-
and then he was like,
Yeah.
looked at
I like to
this
believe
thing.
he was just sitting like that the whole time. Okay, I need to talk about how the Colossal Titan's transformation has just been like scaled up as a power.
Yeah.
Like in the first scene, the first Titan attack, with Bert, when he transformed, it was just like lightning strikes. And also when they were like on the wall a few episodes later, it was also just a lightning strike.
Yes.
But now it's just like a nuclear explosion.
Yeah. Yeah. How did Bert control that? Because he was just like he would just transform like right in front of the wall. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then nothing would like completely blow up until he like kicked the wall open. But Armin just he transforms it and it goes like boom.
Yeah, and also when they're like going over all the powers of the Titans in this season, they show Bert like as like a small child transform, and it's also a nuclear explosion.
Yeah. Have you noticed how sad the Colossal Titan looks with Armin?
Yeah, it looks a bit weird.
Yeah. Okay, and the next thing is when he comes out of the Titan and he's like, so this is the type of sights you
Yeah,
saw.
that was a
here to
good
toe,"
scene.
And he's looking at all the people he killed.
But also, about this nuclear explosion thing, I kind of like the imagery.
Yeah.
Because, like, Japan, obviously, the only country who has been attacked by nuclear weapons. They have
yeah.
a history with that. And why did America drop the nukes on Japan? To save humanity. We needed to do it. It was the only way.
I'm gonna cry now.
And
Okay.
saving humanity can either mean saving more Japanese and American lives from an invasion, or it can mean like less Soviet takeover based on what you believe,
Yeah.
why you believe the nukes were dropped. There's also this really good fan animation of the scene.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
It came out before season 4.
Show it to me
It was
after
based on the
we make
manga.
this.
Okay, so yeah, this I already mentioned scouts before this, but yeah, the scouts come up, or they show up to save Eren, and most of them are just blowing people up. They're capping people in the
Yeah,
skull,
go
and John's like, "This is so terrible.
Yeah.
When will the endless fighting
Well,
stop?"
That didn't. Wait, did he say that before?
I think he said that on the roof at
Okay,
one point, and then he
okay.
also said it in the Zeppelin.
I'm pretty sure when like Floke was just like blowing people up, he also like said it there. He was like, "Well, blowing these people up like make the." I don't know. I just know he said something that was more smart than what Floke was doing.
Yeah.
Okay, but there's another hype moment.
Okay,
where,
I
like,
want to keep talking about John first.
Okay,
So the reason I bring it up is because it's just kind
Chris
of
for the past 6 months. You see, I just think that John, he is a John stan.
it's just like so funny
Mm-hmm.
to me, cause like
You didn't remember you were a John stan, but now you're watching the Attack on Titan videos.
this is kind of like an actual criticism of this. I would like it if they like explained more why John felt this way, like, cause like right now the explanation is he is just like that. He is
Yeah.
just a good person. But the thing is like I don't remember there being anything in the other seasons that would suggest that like John would feel this way.
I
Like,
do.
What?
Okay, so I don't know if it's exactly like. Okay, so you know the scene where they're thunder spearing the Titans and stuff, and there's a scene where it's with John. This is in season 4 right now, just so you know. And then there's a scene with John, and he's putting his thunder spear toward Peak, and then Falco stands in front of her,
And he misses,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. So that also kind of, I don't know if this is exactly has to do with him being like, when will this, but like it definitely has something to do with this moment where he misses, obviously, because he was like thinking, I don't want to, you get it, right?
Yeah,
And then basically there's a scene in season 3 part 1 where he hesitated in
Okay.
killing, you know what I'm talking about? There's a scene where he hesitates when, because this is when they were killing humans. Yeah, that's about all you have to know. He hesitated while about to kill a woman.
Okay.
And then Armin had to shoot the woman.
it would just be a bit nicer if there were a few more explanations, like because John isn't really
Yeah.
that big of a character.
Yeah. That's like the only one I can really think of though, because there's other stuff with him, but it's not exactly has to do with this.
Yeah, this kind of just seems to me like, okay, Isayama didn't plan for John to be like this from the start.
I'm pretty sure I saw something that like Isayama like said John was his favorite character though.
Maybe like later,
Yeah, yeah,
not
yeah.
from the first chapter he was in.
Yeah.
Oops. Like even like Falco, I'm able to feel more comfortable seeing Falco do things like save an enemy soldier because
Yeah.
that's just how he's introduced. Falco is introduced as a good person who wants to do good things.
Yeah.
But John was not introduced that way. And so I'm kind of just like, okay, I guess he
He was
just like
just-
this now.
He was introduced as the asshole character.
Exactly, yeah. Okay, now we can talk more about Gabby.
Okay, so in like all of this, after Gabby sees her people killed right in front of her, and she has like the Eren moment,
Right.
she's saying stuff like, "I'm going to kill you, Eren Yeager," because she's angry, and it's exactly like how Eren right after that was like, "I'll kill them all," like Kid Eren. There's literally like a direct scene of them doing the teeth thing where they're like,
I'm covering my mouth because I don't want.
and they're like,
Exactly.
So then she goes and she gets onto the airship, and then she just shoots. She shoots she just shoots. That's basically
She
all you know.
shoots.
She just aims for the first person she sees, and then I guess that happened to be.
It happens to be
I didn't mean to say that.
Sasha.
It's Sasha, and then all of the people in the airship go and they're like, ah! And of course, everyone on the internet, because I love Sasha from season 1 too, but oh shoot. The thing is, it's kind of what Chris was talking about earlier, where it's kind of like both sides, you have to understand both sides because each side has their own motives. And after she killed Sasha, all of you guys went crazy. But I did not go that crazy, even though I love Sasha, and I'm going to explain why. And he didn't go that crazy either, but even though he has expressed how he loves Sasha even more than I have, you have to like understand that there's both sides to this. And in Attack on Titan, there is no good and there is no bad. Like there's no sides, like both sides, there's no good or evil. And I feel like you guys really, okay. I feel like some of you guys were like acting like Gabby specifically went onto the airship and she knew Sasha as a person and then she shot her, but like she just shot the first person that she saw. And the thing about Gabby is from when she was born, she's just been told that like they're evil.
Right.
They're evil people and we need to kill all of them to save the world. So Gabby, like everyone else in this anime, she's just trying to save the world and she's in pain. Because she's trying.
Okay.
And wait, no, I'm not done yet. Okay. Wait, no, you can go talk.
The thing is, Gabby did actually have kind of a negative connection with Sasha.
Yeah.
Sasha shot the two nice guards
Yeah.
that were standing that were friends with Gabby.
Exactly.
Sasha killed people. And this is a war scenario. If you are in a war as a soldier, you should expect to be killed.
I feel
or you
like
should be ready
everyone
to be
just
killed.
deleted that scene from their minds
Yeah.
where Sasha killed people right in front of
And
her.
I don't think Gabby went onto the airship trying
Yeah.
to kill Sasha, but
She
she was
yeah.
kind of justified in wanting to get revenge.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is, here's the actual point of this scene. The point isn't to hate Gabby. The point isn't to be like, yes, Sasha died, kill the Eldians. Here's what happens. Gabby shoots Sasha. John is the first person to react. He shoots his gun. It goes by Gabby's head. It misses. The bullet that John fired ricochets off the wall, bounces back towards him. Wow, it's almost like when you attack someone, you get attacked back. Oh my god!
Ah!
And then also, here's more of the point. Everyone's first reaction is to just start beating up Falco and Gabby.
Yeah.
But there's only one person who actually stays back to try to...
What? What is it?
There's only one person who actually stays back and tries to help her out, and that's Connie.
Yeah.
And then John also realizes, oh yeah, I should probably help Sasha. So clearly the point here is most people try to attack and get revenge, but the people who actually care the most stay back and try to help their friends and grieve for them.
Okay, I want to talk more about Gabby
Oh
now.
wait,
Okay.
it's just like that scene in Tokyo Ghoul, or what did she say? Hinami. She's like,
I don't care about revenge.
I don't care about revenge.
I'm just sad. I'm just sad.
I just needed someone to say that exact quote in, in Attack on Titan.
It's like something Falco would say, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. So wait, now, okay, I needed you to explain more of that scene, because now we can move on. So it's like I was saying, I feel like you guys you were just like, she's bad because she killed
she killed my friend.
she killed the potato girl that we all love. And the thing is, that's cool about this show is it puts you in a position where you have to you actually have to use your brain, you know? You
What
have
a
to
concept.
be because we've seen Sasha from the beginning. She's a fun character. We love her. She's adorable. She's cute and all this stuff. I could go on saying good stuff about Sasha. And that's why it's so cool. Because now the person that okay, she's shot by someone, and then all you guys just did exactly what the reaction that was kind of expected, and now you guys are making videos of Gabby being smashed by Titans.
And it was this reaction is shown in the show.
Yeah, exactly.
With Flock and the gang.
Yeah. I have a friend who was expressing how she was yeah, I don't like Gabby, and then I asked her why. I was being pretty respectful, as you know. And then she gave me this thing where saying about how Marley is at the point where Aaron was where he was as a child. And Aaron's not there.
Like no one else is at the point where Aaron.
I don't know. It didn't make any sense. And then there's more stuff about this. There's this Mikasa Instagram simp group chat that I'm in. Because there are some people in the group chat that were talking about it, and some people actually understood and they said, yeah, there's no good or bad sides. But then someone in the group chat's like, well, everyone is allowed to have their own opinions. Some people are allowed to, like, think that one side is good and one side is bad. And I was just like, okay, yeah, I guess you can. But if you're doing that, you're doing exactly what the author, like, what the creator of the story didn't want you to do.
Right.
It's what he didn't want you to focus on. And it's definitely not what Attack on Titan is supposed to be about.
Mm-hmm.
And there's more stuff that I've seen where you guys are just trying to be like, no, she isn't like Eren at all. They're completely different. And little do you guys know, apparently Isayama literally was just like how like Gabby like got like created kind of. He was literally just like sketching like female Eren for fun. And that's how I feel like it's pretty obvious that like Gabby is supposed to be a direct parallel of Eren. Because they were both screaming all the time, and they had personalities. But all I have to say is that I feel like you guys are all pretty stupid for hating on her so much. Because you're just, like, not trying to understand what this show is about, or her. Because, like, I'm not gonna hate on a 12-year-old brainwashed child who thinks that she's also just trying to save the world. But yeah.
Okay. It is understandable. I understand the pain that us Sasha fans are going through, but I also understand the pain Gabby went through.
Exactly.
And that's the point of the show. The point of this is that Gabby is Eren. They have very similar backstories, basically the same motivation.
Yeah. Also, one more. Wait, go on first. I don't want to.
So the bottom line is, if you like one of them but not the other, then you are just being hypocritical and you need to come to an understanding.
Yeah.
And realize that.
That also goes the same thing if you like Floke specifically because he's a realistic character and then you hate on Gabby.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay.
But
I think we need to stop talking about Gabby. We could talk about this forever. We've got the point across. Okay. So the last thing that happens in like this arc is Monkey Man. He's alive! Oh my god.
Wait. Can we go back a little bit to the hype part, like where he was in, because this is still about him. Okay. I think, even though I know that he was already on their side, it was kind of funny how he was just like, Levi, you're running out of time. And then Levi killed him in like 1 second. Right. Well, he didn't kill him, but it was funny. Okay, good.
So I guess, in that scene where Levi kills the monkey, he slashes the nape of the neck.
Yeah, and
then puts a bomb on it.
Yeah.
So I guess Zeke got out of the monkey before
They said later that they just like found his limbs, but they didn't find. So I think,
did he get like partially blown up?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like they severed all of his limbs got blown off of him.
Also, did Zeke plan? Were they like planning on capturing him, or did he just happen to get captured?
I'm pretty sure they were planning on it because he was already working with them. But
I
don't know if it was his idea for a bomb to be dropped on him, though.
only Eren knew about Zeke, right? We learned that later.
Oh wait.
Like Eren and like Yelena, I guess.
Yeah, I believe you more than I believe myself.
Maybe Eren like sent letters. Like in the letters, it was like, "Oh yeah, don't kill Zeke, capture him. He's working with us."
I don't know if it was just okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I just don't know, but we just know that Zeke was like supposed to be with them and stuff.
My favorite line is when
Imida Mikasa.
Levi like does his normal insulting thing, and then Zeke's like, "What if I piss my pants?"
Levi.
Legendary line.
Also earlier in the series where Zeke was like, I'll show you the secret way that I like wash my ass.
Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about that scene. That scene was really weird because Colt, that's the scene I was talking about earlier where it has the weird animation.
Yeah.
But then after this weird animation, Colt is like, "Hey Zeke, it seems like you're able to like control the Titans for some reason. Isn't that wacky? And then Zeke's like, yeah, that is wacky. Also, completely unrelated, you'll learn my secret soon.
Because wait, you know Colt is supposed to inherit the beast
Yeah,
Titan.
yeah. That's
Okay,
what,
good.
That's
I
what
was
Zeke
thinking
says
sure.
in that. He's
Yeah.
like, when you inherit the beast Titan, you'll learn my secret, which is completely unrelated to what we were just saying. Like, Colt is literally like, it's almost like you have royal blood or something, Zeke. And Zeke is like, oh yeah, that's wacky. Isn't that
But
crazy?
you know how I wash my ass though? That's what...
And then like the general guy was standing right next to them. Oh my god. Zeke's a lucky man. A lucky monkey.
Why is he a lucky monkey?
Because he didn't get caught right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I might split the video here. We've been talking for an hour and 10 minutes.
Wait, what?
So, yeah, this video is just covering the first half of season 4.
Yeah.
In like, at most a week, probably before a week, the second half of this video will be out, and you can watch that to hear our thoughts about
Wait, so this
Zeke's
is
true plan
This is
and the other things that
this
happened.
is this is the end of over.
Video ending now.